Hello guys, my name is Harsh Goel and today we are just talking about one of the attack that is phishing attack in a cybersecurity which leads to like major causes theft of personal information and stealing credentials and you can say about like stealing your personal informations as well which is very much secret to you. Okay. तो बेसिक अगर हम लोग नॉर्मल वैसे भी समझे तो अगर सपोज करो तुम्हारे सिस्टम का फिर लाइक मोस्ट ऑफ यू आर ऑन द सोशल मीडिया प्लेटफॉर्म राइट like suppose if you are on Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp, like most of you persons are on social media handles, right? So suppose one night you just like log out from your Instagram, and in the morning when you are just waking up and logging into the Instagram, it is not opening, and it is saying that you are not authorized for it. Okay, you just forgot your password. Just click on the forgot your password, and which will be sent a link to your email. Okay, but the link is also not coming over there, as Instagram is showing that user not found from this email. So what it will be the stage in front of you at that time. So basically, at that point of time, your Instagram is hacked. So that is come because of someone just saw your password when you were just entering your password, okay, somewhere else. Okay, or there is a phishing attack happened to your profile. सो इसका थोड़ा सा एग्जांपल अगर हम लोग समझें तो जैसे सपोज करो हमारे पास एक जेड फिशर टूल है जिसका हम लोग यूज करेंगे फिशिंग अटैक के लिए बेसिकली फिशिंग अटैक तुम लोग को एक बार समझा भी चुका हूँ कि फिशिंग अटैक होता क्या है ओके इन द लेमन टर्म सो अगर मैं थोड़ा सा टेक्निकल टर्म्स की तरफ जाऊं तो फिशिंग इज अ सोशल इंजीनियरिंग अटैक वेयर एन अटैकर ट्रिक्स victim you can just call like us okay who never knows about what is attacks what is cyber attacks and all into revealing sensitive information like username, password, credit card details, or other personal data. Okay, this is usually done by sending fake emails, messages, or creating fake website that appear legitimate. Like suppose if I'm just going with one of the email, like if it will be available, let me search yopmail.com. Okay, victim 0404. Okay. So suppose this is one of the email that you just receive to your box. Okay, which is saying, I hope you are doing well at your site. We wanted to let you know that as your followers are increasing on Instagram continuously from last year, we are happy to offer you a job for promoting our few brands. Okay. अब वो बेसिकली थोड़ा सा लालच देने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं जो भी तुम लोगों से फिशिंग अटैक तुम्हारे से कराना चाह रहे हैं जो तुम पे फिशिंग अटैक कर रहे हैं वो so, देखो इंस्टाग्राम की तरफ से आ रही है लाइक इट्स एन बेसिक एग्जांपल आई एम जस्ट टेलिंग टू यू राइट नाउ ओके तो बेसिकली यहाँ पर देखो क्या हो रहा है कि एक इंस्टाग्राम की तरफ से तुम्हारे पास ऑफर आया कि हाँ तुम जॉब ऑफर कर रहे हैं $150 पर वीक ऑफर कर रहे हैं एंड एक्सेट्रा एक्सेट्रा so you have to just click on this particular link okay which will take you to the like the owner of the Instagram okay as they are just claiming it but as we know, like on the Tiger side, what is happening? So this is the Zphisher tool which we are going to use. Okay, for downloading this tool, we have to go on the GitHub page and the repo of this particular tool. So repo just you can imagine like a particular source code is storing somewhere. Okay, so that is a repo where you are just having all source code of this particular tool or like any tool which we call this repo. Okay, so suppose Z Fisher. I'm saying okay तो ये देखो बेसिकली गिटहब का एक Zphisher का टूल का वो आ गया इसको हम लोग ओपन करते हैं एंड यहाँ पे जैसे कि हम लोग देख रहे हैं कि ये देखो काफी सारी फाइल्स यहाँ पर लाइक अवेलेबल है इस टाइम ओके सो यहाँ देखो इसके इंस्टॉलिंग का प्रोसेस यहाँ पर भी इन लोगों ने दे रखा है राइट इंस्टॉलिंग प्रोसेस क्या है ये हमारा गेट क्लोन समथिंग लाइक दिस ठीक है और cd जेड फिशर देन उसका रन कमांड उसने दे दिया एंड एक्सेट्रा एक्सेट्रा सो लाइक we can do it as well. Like, let me clear the screen first. Let me zoom the screen to do two, or like you can just go with the root admin as well. Okay. So right now I am in the root admin. Okay. So if we'll check out like where we are, so in the root and who am I? So I am root. Okay. So here I have to download that Zphisher tool, and for downloading it, there is a command which is written over there, which is like this: git clone, and we are pasting this command and hitting the enter. Okay, so it is just cloning that particular GitHub tool, that is that Fisher tool. Okay, so let's wait for a few minutes as it will be downloaded in just a second. Okay, let's wait, and it's totally done. Okay. So now let us see like is it available or not? Okay. So ls-l for checking out is there any file available and what are the permissions it is having right now. So we are having these permissions. So just forget about the permissions as well. Okay. So normally we are just doing the Z feature. So let's get into the Z feature file. So cd Z feature. Okay, and ls. So there are a lot of files available in the in this directory, that is that feature directory. Okay, and there is the Docker file license, make dev sh, readme, run docker sh scripts, and much more. Okay, so right now we have to run the this Zphisher tool. Okay, so how we'll run it? As actually, if you just get an error on this particular command, okay, so you can just simply check your Wi-Fi connection. Is it available or not? Is there any net connection you are having right now? And suppose, like in case if you are having all these things and the internet connection is still not available, so you can just simply troubleshoot it. Like how you can troubleshoot it, let me show you. Okay, so you have to just type this command sudo nano, sorry, sudo nano and etc, sorry, etc resolve.config, that is this file, and hit the enter and put the password of the root. Okay. So basically here you can just normally see that we are not having any 8.8.8.8. That is the uh, Google IP address. So we are not having that particular thing. So you can add here name server 8.8.8.8. Okay. And just control plus O, hit the enter and control plus X. You can save it like this. Okay, and just reboot it like with this command sudo reboot now. Okay, and which will just reboot your system and you can just simply run your internet connection once again. So we are not talking about the internet connection, how it will work. So we are having this Zphisher tool on which we have to work. So here, that Fisher tool, we have to run. Okay, so let me just clear the screen and ls. So for the running it, you can just simply write bash zfisher, or you can simply go with dot slash and zfisher.sh. Okay, so just run it, and it is just installing everything like the Cloudflare things, the local host, the ngrok, and like etc thing which is required for running this tool. Okay, so let him finish his process. After that, we can just continue. Okay, so okay, one more thing that I have to tell you, like when you're just installing it and running this thing, and it is installing its requirement as well, so you can just simply reboot after that. Okay, after installing, like after this process, like we have to reboot the system, but I will not reboot the system as because like I'll show you like what we have to do. After that, we can do. Okay, but firstly, and the recommendation is that when you are just installing this, okay, after when you're just running the script, like the zphisher.sh, okay, after that, you please just reboot your system so that it will be comfortable in your system and like install the like install at the location where it wants. Okay, correctly, basically. So. Let me also tell you about the Zphisher tool when it is installing, like while it is installing. So Zphisher tool is an open source phishing tool used to create fake login pages that mimic real websites to steal credentials. Like you'll see in the scenario as well, like when it will be opened. Okay, it is modified version of a hidden eye tool. Okay, with the automated phishing pages for various platforms. Okay, like you can see over there, like where there are many much platforms which is listed in this tool, like the Facebook phishing tool, Instagram phishing tool, Twitter, email, and like much more there are. Okay, so this is an open source phishing tool. Basically, open source. What do you like mean it about the open source? So many of you just having this thing in the mind that open source means simply the free tool. Okay, the free source that is available to us, but that is not the case. That is the extra case that we are having for the open source. But the open source means with the source code which is available in the market as well. Okay, the source code which is available online, in which we can just integrate our code as well, in which we can modify the tool. Okay, in which we can just recommend our code as well, like after modifying that particular open source tool. Okay, so that is called as open source, in which we can just give a recommendation, modification, and many much things for enhancing that tool. Okay, so here we are with the tool list, that is Facebook, Instagram, Google, Microsoft, Netflix, and many much more. So we will be going for the Instagram right now. So clicking on the two, and we have to create the traditional page right now. Okay, we are not going with the other three. Okay, so first, so we have three options over here, like the local host, Cloudflare, and local expose. So three of them are like differently usage. So let me clear about the local host. So it will be covering the local machine. Okay. So right now, if I have to run in my local machine, so I will go with the local host part. Okay, which will be running on the loopback address, on my loopback address, that is 127.0.0.1. And what is loopback address? That is my machine by default name. Okay, on which I'm running this particular tool. So we will not go with the local host. We will not go with the Cloudflare. We will not go with the local expose if we are not having our particular mindset. Okay. So depends on your target, depends on your things, like what you are just for which purpose you are going to use it. Okay, so we will using the local host part right now, and like let me split the Cloudflare as well. The Cloudflare is it is just hosting your particular phishing page online. Okay, like it will just host it on the Cloudflare, and when you just send that particular link to someone, it will just show you the credential. If your victim puts something in the phishing page, so it will just directly shows you. For the local host, the victim should be in your local network. Okay. But for the Cloudflare, it should not be in your local network. Okay. The person can be anywhere. And the local expose, if we are just talking about, so for that, you have to create account online. So let me show you local expose. Okay, so this is the local expose website on which we have to create our account, and also we have to download it in our system. Okay, from the like the command prompt. So I'm not going with the local expose right now. If you wanted to know about the local expose, you can just go with the many much documents available on the internet. Okay, but like it is having a new feature, that is new max 15 minutes. So this link will be having 15 minutes limit. Okay, max 15 minutes limit. So anyone like will open this link in 15 minutes. They will just go with that particular phishing page. But in the Cloudflare, it is having that time limits as well, like the 50 max 15 minutes. But when a person clicks on this link, it will be opening for that person only. Like this is the first come, first out. Okay, first in, first out service. So FIFO service, it is enabled in this Cloudflare. So when a person click on the link, one first person click on the link will work for him only. And when he just enter the link, enter the credentials in that particular link in the phishing page, so the link will be disposed of. Okay. So that's how Cloudflare work. And for the local expose, it will work for the max 15 minutes. And for many people's, the link will go. Okay, it's like suppose I'm distributing the link, like 100 people, so it will work for the 100 people as well. But in the Cloudflare, it will work for the single person only. So like right now, we are just going with the second option, that is Cloudflare. Local host will work everywhere. Okay, so custom port we want? No. Okay, like the custom port, what it is? Basically, if you are just going with the port which is open on the victim side, like that is the footprinting part and the scanning part. Like suppose if I'm just going with the scanning part for my victim system, okay, and I just get to know that there is a port that is open on the victim system, so I'll go with that particular changing the port. Okay, but I am not going to changing the port. I am just selecting the random one right now. Do you want to change mask URL? No. Like I want to, if I want to change the URL link, okay, if I want to create my URL, so I can just create it as well. But I'm not going with that. So open link right now. Suppose if someone is logging into my system and not the logging into my system, basically opening this link and suppose if I'm putting my credentials over there, Harshkuel, and password is like password secure at the rate 1234. Okay, and login. So not now. So you can see over here clearly, like it is just taking me to the original Instagram.com right now. Okay, it is not going like taking me or like it is not disposing of the link. Okay, it is just taking me to the Instagram.com and the link will be disposed of right now. But at the attacker side, what has happened? Like he gets the username and password. So that's all with the Zphisher tool, and you can explore with the local expos and the local host as well.